everyone. Uh, I'll just jump right into it with the video analysis of I'm sorry, Bitcoin. I was gonna say of YouTube, but no. Okay, so going forward, I'm not gonna mention anymore, but I will be posting these videos in TradingView, but also in YouTube. It'll be the same name of the video file that you see in TradingView. It'll be the same name that I put over in YouTube, so you can jump back and forth. And I think that's all I'm going to mention on videos going forward. And with that, let's jump right in. Okay, we're looking at the weekly chart. Again, using the pivot tool, we still see that 34K is a significant number. So as we get closer to that, I expect indicators to be getting closer to bottoming phases. Now, does that mean we can go all the way down further to 24? That door remains open only if we cross below 34 and below the blue and below the red, which is the 50-day and the 200-day. We're not there. We're not even going to discuss it because of this. If you look at this on the weekly, Elliott wave indicator is saying that we could be going into a fourth wave down somewhere close to 34K, and then it'll be a spike. The final, you see this, the final cycle here for this year. It says that sometime into April or May, we could see the final blow off top. And if anything, the reason I don't like it is because it's going to be one, two, three, a triple top. And triple tops are extremely bearish. So I don't know what to make of this. But like I said, that's why we use a bunch of indicators so that we don't fall victim of one indicator does everything. And right now, indicators are still all pointing down. Look, down, 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 way down. This one is projecting a long way down. This one is also in sell. It's still on a sell signal. So even though we've already retraced 20% from the top, it's still on a sell signal that hasn't changed. All right. That would be enough for this. I know that I can jump it around in different time frames. I would love to do that if I still have time. As of right now, I don't because I'm keeping these videos to 14 minutes just to squeeze them into YouTube. Okay. So again, you see that I marked here dates to keep in mind somewhere between May and November 2024. I know it's a big ass gap, but look at it like this. Even if Elliott Wave says this is the top somewhere around April, and then we have an A, B, and C correction. The C correction could take us down significantly. So that's why I'm not putting a lot of weight on this just yet. I need to see what happens here. So that's why we use the indicators to kind of project out 2 weeks out into the future. I don't want to go beyond 2 weeks because then anything can happen, right? If a war, another war, or something substantial breaks out, the indicators become useless. Kind of like what we had with the FOMO of the ETF, where indicators were all saying we've topped, but people's emotions took over. Indicators were kind of useless at that time. So anyway, right now that since we're back in reality, indicators are useful again. Okay, the MACD setup. Look at the 12-hour, the daily, the 2-day, the 3-day, and the weekly. The 12-hour has no sign of reversing to the upside. The daily, same, no sign. The blue line hasn't even turned. The 2-day, solid downtrend. The 3-day, the one I put a lot of weight on, is a solid downtrend. And I've told you all when we hit it, I said the 3-day is the one that signals a trend reversal. Now, if the weekly, which is about to close, this what is it? This weekend, which is on the 28th, when it closes, it will either be crossed down, which it looks very likely. So this could be a sudden rush to the downside towards the end of the month, because the end of the month is on the 31st. So if the new week starts on the 28th, then we still have 3 days of January where this could be a flush further down to the downside. At that point, I do expect, let me readjust this the time frame so that it readjusts the pivot tool. I do see us closer to 34, but that's as far as I'll go with that comment. And you can see here, this second indicator just already triggered a downtrend. This one's signaled a downward or reversal back in mid-December. It was saying that we were entering the final stages of this upward move. Anyways, so that's the MACD signaling right there. Nothing to worry about. If you're an investor like I am, not a trader. If you're a trader, then this is probably not your channel. If you're an investor, meaning you have a 9 to 5 job and you got family or kids and shit like that, then maybe this is a slower approach for you of knowing when to buy, when to sell. Uh, but again, if you're actively trading, I don't do trade or shit like that. I only buy when I see indicators saying that we're at the bottom. And I try to either sell a little bit at the top or I wait till we see a significant top on the monthly before I kind of close out positions and just take profit, right? And call it a day. All right, time 5 minutes. Okay, this indicator chart setup uh, basically is still on another downtrend. It hasn't changed. Nothing here has changed. And like I said, until I see something reverse, typically the MACD will give us the hint that something's going to change. What we're looking for here is this indicator, the bottom one, the orange line, to get as close as it can to the green line at the bottom. The closer it gets to green, you see the reversal now. So look at this. Reversal happened, or sorry, reversal happened right here, which was here as we got closer to the green line. And that's what we want. We want to look right here. Green line, reversal. So this indicator, in my opinion, is extremely useful. This one you cannot find on TradingView. It took me, I want to say, like a week to put it together using ChatGPT. Just it's a collection of stuff that I like, and I'm not a programmer. I was just using ChatGPT to create this shit, and it seems to be pretty damn good. Okay. So summarize here. This still says there's more downturn. So this doesn't signal a reversal just yet. Here, let me see. Well, here we got an actual sell signal here. So this one could be more or less that we're on a sell signal until we get closer to 34K. So we're at 39. So we got about 5,000 more to drop before we see really all indicators lining up ready to turn, or if there's still more downtrend. But I suspect that once we get to 34, indicators will be giving us a signal of whether or not it'll go lower to 24K or it'll begin to reverse. So just keep that in mind. That's why I think the pivot tool is very useful here. 8 minutes. Okay. So again, look at this indicator setup right here, and I'm going to draw lines. You see that we went outside a bound of the green line, and it bounced up. That's why I said this is not a Bollinger Band indicator, but it is useful because it helps you see that price cannot stay outside of these lines for long. You see that right here? It tried, but it kind of got pulled back in, tried again, got pulled back in, tried and spiked really up, and it really got bitch slapped back in. And I told you all, every time you see, like right here, whoops, you got way outside of the green line, bitch slapped back in. Got outside again, bitch slapped above. And in this case, you went above, got pushed back, got above, pushed back down, got above, pushed back down. You see? Here it was like, it's trying, but it can't. It's trying, it's spiked, and then it slapped right back down. So that's what this basically tells me. It's like a range of just reality of how far up it can go before it has to retrace. That's why I like this setup. And again, I put the MACD on the 3-day chart. I've told you all because it tells me trend reversal is beginning, and you see it was beginning right here. Even though a lot of people say, "Well, that's a bull flag," I'm like, "Sure it is, sure it is." Okay, I'm not gonna talk a lot about this one, but this is an indicator that has me concerned overall. This is a inverse 3 times or 3x short Bitcoin coin. So this coin goes up as Bitcoin goes down in price. And I charted it out and I can see that every time there was a spike, Bitcoin was dumping. But right now, this was an upward spike. This is a bear spike. So the next cycle looks like it's a upward spike. So this cycle would hint, not saying it will, it hints that there's going to be pain coming in Q2 and Q3 for Bitcoin, meaning we could see prices in the 20 some thousand. I'm not going to even give a number, but I'll just say in the 20 some thousand. Okay. This one here, again, signaling that there's still more downtrend, but it is, again, this here and this one kind of hint that 34K is a significant number. Basically, we cannot go below 34K. If we go below 34K, then the next stop is somewhere at 30K. If we break 30K, that means we're in big trouble because at that point we've crossed below the weekly 50-day and below the weekly 200-day moving average. We cross below both of them, then this trough will be destructive. So basically what I'm saying is this, what we don't want to go below this point right here. If we go below this point, that means this area here becomes a danger zone for at least the traders. Right? You know, if you're an investor, it's not a big deal because you're basically patiently waiting for your re-entry point. Okay, now another set of cycles, a different type of cycle system than this one. This one is more of a bigger picture, but this one I did mention that we would look at this trough that repeat it. It looks like we're going to repeat it, and it seems like we are repeating it. Now, uh, got 3 minutes left. So from what I can tell, again, this trough, we got a red diamond, another trough with a red diamond. This one here seems that we're gonna get another trough. The indicator is saying somewhere between these date ranges, but I'm using cycles to more accurately pinpoint where to expect it. So this looks to be somewhere between February and March, another significant pull down, which could be your re-entry point, right? But again, it hard to tell, but cycles are saying at this point we've gone down far enough that I don't think we'll be in a topping phase. And so what I suspect here, if I zoom in, which is kind of concerning already. Oh shit. 12 minutes, okay. Oh, what the hell? Okay. Here's something I want to put on everybody's radar. Time 12:32. Okay. We are at 40K right now. Again, it's bouncing because you see here at the far right, there's a buy signal. We're on the 12-hour chart. And on the 12-hour chart, we do have a buy signal, meaning there is a bounce here. The problem that I see with this chart is this. Look where we're bouncing. We're bouncing from the 200-day moving average on the 12. So we were briefly below it. That's extremely bearish. So here's what I'm going to show you. Fuck, 1 minute. Okay. This here would signal that sometime February 11th, if we get a death cross on the 12-hour, then we will be pulled into the trough. And that seems to be the projection right now. I'll leave everybody with that, just on this cycle system, that it might be somewhat scary for those of you that are trading. But if you're an investor, we don't have a re-entry signal, meaning we don't have a start buying. But I want to be clear. I don't go all in ever. It's a dollar cost average strategy, but you need to know your limits. So if you're not comfortable investing and you want to trade like bet with leverage and shit, then this isn't for you. Good luck, people. I need to close out the video.